Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. Unless you're living under a rock or portions of the United States, you have heard the huge news that Oasis, Liam and Noel Gallagher are reforming and touring and playing some shows in the UK and Ireland in the summer, July and August of 2025. These are the shows that they have announced, including 4 big stadium shows at Wembley Stadium in London. You know they're going to be adding to that. They are going to sell those 4 shows out instantly. I'm predicting. I think most people are. And I know that Taylor Swift and Take That have the record of playing 8 sold-out shows at Wembley Stadium. You know that Oasis is going to beat that record. They are going to be adding shows. I know the hotels are already sold out and jacking up their prices. This is a huge event. Now, I'm in the United States. I was into Oasis from the get-go, but that's pretty rare here in the United States. But in the UK and Europe, Oasis are huge, as big as you can get. We're going to be going through their discography. You're going to be so impressed with the sales numbers and the chart positions. Astronomical success. And this is a really big, exciting deal. The first time they're playing live in 15 years. So 14 UK, Ireland shows July, August of 25. Let's go through their discography and put things in perspective because it's really smart what they're doing. 1994 was their first album, Definitely Maybe. I was into Oasis when this album came out. I got the promo copy of it when it first came out. I was a huge reader of Q magazine in the 90s especially. It was by far the greatest music magazine I have ever read to this day. I mean, it was this thick, reviewing hundreds of albums, but they were really covering what was called the Britpop scene. So I was really big into Oasis and Blur, and later on Pope and Suede and these other bands that were heavily carried by Q magazine. So when Definitely Maybe came out in 1994, it didn't make the waves in the US like it did around the world, but it still did pretty good. This album came out in 1994, hit number 1 in the UK, hit number 58 in the US. Pretty good, probably largely because of Live Forever, one of the greatest, most anthemic songs. But it's a terrific debut album, Slide Away. Just a ton of great stuff on here. Really powerful, really thick. It oozed rock and roll. And of course, Liam Gallagher's amazing snarling vocals. And they were just so powerful. Really good debut. They did better the following year, 1995. And they did What's the Story, Morning Glory. That's actually the one that broke them here in the U.S. because of the huge success of Wonderwall. But, I mean, look at the tracks on this thing. Roll With It and Don't Look Back in Anger. Oh, my God. Champagne Supernova. The title track, She's Electric. This is just a monstrous album. It hit number 1 in the U.K. and actually hit number 4 in the U.S. Pretty impressive. And I have a deluxe edition here, 3 CD set of What's the Story, Morning Glory, with all kinds of great liner notes and everything like that. Huge record for the band. I still think it's my favorite Oasis album. So that was 1995. What they're doing is really smart because this year is the 30th anniversary of Definitely Maybe. Next year is the 30th anniversary of What's the Story, Morning Glory. So, good timing for a reunion live show. All right, 2 years later, they released their 3rd album, Be Here Now. I know the critics at that time were kind of gunning for them. It didn't get the great, reaction, reviews from the first 2, but I still thought it was a really good record. A little bit bloated, yeah, but there's great stuff on here. Do you know what I mean? And Stand By Me. Just a ton all around the world. Ton of great stuff. And I really thought it was really strong. It hit number 1 in the UK again. Hit number 2 in the US. Their biggest US success. So that was Be Here Now in 1997. After that, they did an interesting thing. Their fourth record was called The Master Plan. Now, The Master Plan came out in 1998, hit number 2 in the UK, a little bit of a disappointment, one of their few albums that didn't go to number 1. In the US, it hit 51. In the US, to me, this was a new album because we were not familiar with these songs. But in the UK, in Europe, and elsewhere, this is just a collection of B-sides. But it just shows you how strong the band was because these B-sides are amazing. Acquiesce, Underneath the Sky, Fade Away, Rockin' Chair, Half the World Away, Talk Tonight, Going. It's a really strong record, and I am a fan. The title track alone is just a monstrous anthemic that other bands would kill for a song of that quality. The Master Plan was their fourth record, but really a compilation of B-sides. Next up was in 2000, and that was the album Standing on the Shoulder of Giants. Hit number 1 in the UK, number 24 in the US, and I liked it, although it didn't have the same effect on me as these four. These are my favorites for sure, but still a really strong record. Lots of really good tracks on this, you know, Go Let It Out, and Who Feels Love, and, you know, some other ones, Sunday Morning Call. It's a fine record, just didn't have the influence of me. But I would always get like these deluxe editions where they have bonus tracks or bonus DVDs and things like that. So that is Standing on the Shoulder of Giants. That was in 2000. After that came a live record called Familiar to Millions, and that hit number 5 in the UK, 182 in the US. It's a decent live record. It came from that Standing on the Shoulder of Giants tour, and it's just okay, in my opinion. Let's keep going. You know what? I could stick that one up there. Let's do that. Hope it doesn't fall. We will keep going. The next studio release was 2002, and that is Heathen Chemistry, another number 1 UK release. In the United States, it hit number 23, pretty similar to the previous album. Another finer album, Stop Crying Your Heart Out. The Hindu Times was on this. It's a good record. Again, I enjoyed it. I played it. I liked it. Didn't quite have the influence of those first 4, but it was still fine. And I would say the same thing about the next one, which was 2005's Don't Believe the Truth. And this one featured, what was on here? Lila, The Importance of Being Idle. This is a dual disc with a DVD side and a CD side, and I totally dig the packaging and the extra album in enhanced stereo, documentary, video. Pretty cool. Don't Believe the Truth. After that, they released their first compilation of like best of kind of a thing. I got the deluxe edition from 2006. Stop the Clocks hit number 2 in the UK, number 89 in the US, and this is a collection, thick collection box, and it even has a bonus DVD with interviews and live stuff, and a great collection of their tracks. So put that one over there. We can put it up there, maybe. And then comes their final studio record from 2008, Dig Out Your Soul. Nice packaging on this. This is a double. I got the CD and a DVD and a really nice booklet in there. This album probably for me was the least successful of their albums, but still, you know, really good. This is the one that's got, what was on there? The Shock of the Lightning and Falling Down, some other tracks as well. They're all good records. I still think the first 4 are my favorite, the ones that had the most influence for me. But that's Dig Out Your Soul from 2008. Now, in the United States, they really started playing bigger places then. 2008 for Dig Out Your Soul, they played Madison Square Garden for the second time, sold it out. They also played it in 2005 on the Don't Believe the Truth tour. So they broke in the United States, certainly, but not on the level internationally. They are beyond the stadium band. And look at the chart positions. All of their studio records hit number 1 in the UK. In the US, you know, Be Here Now hit 2. What's the Story? Morning Glory hit number 4. Dig Out Your Soul 5. So they had their success in the United States as well. But in the UK and Europe, they just don't come much bigger than Oasis. And this is going to be huge. And mark my words, this will get them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which of course ignores a lot of these bands. They ignored Kate Bush until that show Stranger Things discovered running up that hill. Then they put her in. You can guarantee this reunion is going to be massive. If they continue it and play it in the United States and other places, you can bet your bottom dollar they will now get, deservedly so, into the United States Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that is the story with Oasis. I even enjoy a lot of their solo stuff. Of course, Noel Gallagher is the songwriter and the guitarist, but he put out some fine albums with the High Flying Birds. And kind of like Pete Townsend in the sense that as much as I love Daltrey, I love Pete Townsend's lead vocals on Who songs. Same thing, Liam Gallagher's snarling vocals are iconic and amazing, but Noel Gallagher's got a great voice, and I love when he does lead vocals on Oasis tracks as well. And then Liam Gallagher, who was never the songwriter in Oasis really until the very end, you know, he put out solo records like Beady Eye, and here's As You Were, and here's MTV Unplugged, and he became a decent writer as well. Those albums are pretty damn strong. So, you know, they just got it all, Oasis. And got to say, I am excited that they're coming back. Kind of hoping that maybe they'll wind up playing in the United States. We'll just have to see. Hopefully that won't fall. But let's see what happens. Let me know what you think. I know there's a lot of viewers on my channel that are international, and you guys are really the big Oasis fans. The buzz has got to be incredible over there. Let me know if you're going to be going. You're going to be able to get tickets. These 4 stadium shows at Wembley and elsewhere, they're going to sell out instantly. And I guess they'll just keep adding shows and maybe make this a huge, huge tour. That's my prediction anyway. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate your loyalty. Stay safe, stay healthy, and if you're new to my channel or you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. Help my little channel to grow. Would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you next time on the Alan Rosenberg Show.